Dr. Carson, I certainly appreciate this, and the reading room is absolutely beautiful. Have you gotten a chance to see
Oh,
any
you
of it?
got a chance to see it, did you?
I did.
No,
I'm
I haven't
here.
seen it.
Well,
But I've seen a lot of them, and it never ceases to amaze me the creativity that people put into this.
they have certainly, it's got a nice safari theme, and they've got murals all over the walls and huge stuffed animals and big sofas. It's very comfortable, very cozy. Tell me a little bit about the reading room program and how you started this,
Sure.
when it started.
Well, reading was so vitally important in my transformation from being a terrible student to the extent that people thought I should be in special ed to moving to the top of the class. Reading was the most instrumental part of that transition. And really, particularly as I started gaining, incredible amounts of knowledge, but also reading about people of accomplishment and recognizing what was necessary to become a person of accomplishment. And it was so empowering. And all of a sudden, I just completely stopped listening to the people around me who were always talking about what you couldn't do. And I just sort of developed a can-do attitude, and it made all the difference. So, in thinking about, what we could do, to strengthen our nation, we started the Carson Scholars Fund, which recognized young people from all backgrounds for superior academic performance and humanitarian qualities, and using those people to help to encourage others by serving as great role models. But we understood also that there was a group that was being left behind, and what could we do for those students? So that's what made us start putting in reading rooms. And as you can see, there are places that no little kids can likely pass up. And, they get points for the number of books they read, the number of hours they spend there. They can trade them in for prizes. Initially, they do it for the prizes, but it doesn't take very long before they start developing a love of reading. And that shows up in their academic progress. Because as you may well know, 30% of people in high school in this country don't finish. And most of them are functionally illiterate. So what we have to do is truncate that problem way downstream. And this is really what engendered the program. We also have a tendency to target Title I schools, where a lot of kids come from homes with no books, go to a school with no library, and they're the very ones who end up dropping out.
Incredible that you were saying that you had such a tough time in school at the beginning that people questioned needing special education, and then to go on to become the chief pediatric neurosurgeon at Johns Hopkins Children's Center. I mean, that's incredible.
And it also hopefully helps people to realize that there's probably an enormous amount of potential out there that we're not cultivating, that we're not developing. And that is really crucial to the success of our nation. You probably saw a statistic a couple of weeks ago where we were like number 36 in math in the world. I mean, this is craziness. And we've got to really get serious about addressing this problem.
Another thing that I really want to pick up on that you mentioned is that you were doing the scholarship, but you were noticing that there was a segment of the population of these kids in school who were being left out or being left behind, and that was part of what prompted the reading room. And what's so interesting to me is that the school that has received this reading room, that would definitely fit the case of this school. These is an alternative school. They have to have had a behavioral problem to have been sent here. But behavioral issues can stem from lots and lots and lots of places. Not all of these kids fall in the category that they don't have a lot of resources, but a lot of them outside of school don't have additional resources. And so having a reading room here really speaks to the message of what you're doing.
Absolutely. And one of the things about reading for me, I mean, obviously we didn't have any resources either. We were incredibly poor, but between the covers of those books, I could go anywhere. I could be anybody. I could do anything. And, I basically left the world of the ghetto and traveled throughout the world through those books.
Wow.
It completely changed my vision of the world and my place in it.
Wow. And so how many reading rooms are there, and when did they start?
There are 94 reading rooms in 13 states and Washington, D.C. The first one was put in about 14 years ago. And we've just been gradually accelerating the pace. One of the things that I'm embarking on now is trying to get very successful people to put reading rooms in the school that they went to, because that can be a double whammy in the sense that the kids get a place where they can be inspired, but they also get to see this person who's maybe sat in the same desk that they're sitting in, who became very successful.
Well, and your footsteps are at this building. They've got a print of your footsteps right at the front door, and then inside they have the Carson Cafe.
Oh, is that right? Okay, that's cool.
They do.
I look forward to actually getting to that school one day and seeing it. It's great.
That's great. Any plans of coming in the future?
Well, I'm all over the place all the time. And a lot of times when we're in the area where there is a reading room, we try to just stop by and see it and say hello to everybody.
Well, and I know this has been a very busy time, and it's a little off topic, but I have to ask while I have you. Dr. Carson 2016?
I get asked that a lot. It's not on my agenda as something that I really want to do. But I do recognize that sometimes we have responsibilities. I'll keep my eyes and ears open, but I'll also keep praying that somebody comes along who really captures the imagination of the people and understands, the principles that made us into a great nation.
I read that you said I was thinking retirement would be playing golf and learning the organ.
That's right. That's what I was hoping. I haven't had a chance to do much of either one of them. But there's so many important problems for us to solve in this nation if we're going to leave something worthwhile to our children and our grandchildren.
Well, is there anything that you would like to add on the reading room or anything that I can share?
Well, I would just say that we like to get the community involved. We have reading days in which members of the community actually come in and read to the students. We like people to get involved in any way that they possibly can, including replenishing books, all kinds of things. There are a lot of things that people can do.
Excellent.
And they should just go to the website, carsonscollege.org, and they can find out all the various ways they can get involved.
Well, I just want to thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure, and be it presidential run or playing the organ, I wish you all the best of luck.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and good luck with your career. It sounds like you're very young and you're just getting started, but you asked very good questions, so good luck with that.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly appreciate that. You take care.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.